High above Innsbruck stands a Renaissance castle built for splendor, Schloss Ambras, a place of music, gardens, and learning. But hidden within its walls is a quieter story, one of a woman who was never meant to be there, a marriage that was never meant to exist, and a duchess history almost forgot. Welcome to Of Mountains and Men, where we explore mysteries, myths, and legends from the Alps and beyond. Tonight, we explore one of Tyrol's most unusual love stories, and how a merchant's daughter became a secret duchess in a world that did not allow such unions. In the 16th century, Tyrol was ruled by the Habsburgs, a dynasty famous not for romance, but for strategy. Let others wage war, you happy Austria, marry. It was not a joke. Marriage was power. Bloodlines were treaties. And love had little place in either. Which is why, when Archduke Ferdinand II of Tyrol fell in love with a young woman from Augsburg, the problem was not whether she loved him back, but whether such a love could exist at all. Her name was Philippine Welser. She was born in 1527 into one of Augsburg's wealthiest merchant families. She was educated, well-connected, and by all accounts, unusually intelligent. But she was not noble, and for an Habsburg Archduke, that made her impossible. Ferdinand loved her anyway, against tradition, against political sense, and against the rules of his own house. In 1557, the two married in secret. No court, no ceremony, no public record. For years, even members of the imperial family were unaware that the ruler of Tyrol already had a wife. To protect her, Ferdinand brought Philippine to Schloss Ambras, just above Innsbruck, a castle that would become her world. But Philippine did not live as a hidden ornament. She transformed Ambras into a center of Renaissance culture. She supported music, collected books, encouraged the arts and sciences. She corresponded widely. And she practiced something unusual for women of her station. She studied medicine. Philippine became known for her knowledge of herbs, remedies, and healing practices. She treated the sick, prepared medicines, and earned genuine affection among the local population. Not as a distant noblewoman, but as someone who helped. One of her more peculiar contributions still exists today. She ordered the construction of a luxurious bath at Schloss Ambras, a tiled room with running water, a space dedicated to cleanliness, comfort, and health. In an age where illness was often blamed on bad air or imbalanced humors, such attention to hygiene was rare. Some even mocked it. But it reflected Filipine's modern thinking. Her wish to build not only a beautiful home, but a healthy one. And yet, despite this quiet influence, a darker story later attached itself to her name. According to some legends, Philippine did not die peacefully. It is said she was murdered in her bath. Some whispered of an assassin sent by political enemies. Others spoke of jealousy within the court. Blood in the water. A life taken where she sought comfort. It is a story often repeated in Innsbruck, but is not the story history tells. Philippine Welser was very real. Her marriage to Ferdinand was morganatic, a union between unequal ranks. Their children were excluded from succession. They would never inherit the Habsburg crown. Even so, Ferdinand ensured they were well provided for. And eventually, Emperor Ferdinand I privately approved the marriage. Philippine was granted noble status and the title Margravine of Burgos. She lived openly as Ferdinand's wife, and she died in 1580 at the age of 52. Historical records describe her cause of death as illness, most likely cancer. She was buried with honor in the imperial court church in Innsbruck, beside her husband, not in secrecy, but in recognition. So where does the murder story come from? Like many legends, it may reflect something else. The unease surrounding a woman across class boundaries. The discomfort of a love story that did not follow dynastic logic. The fascination with a woman who lived inside power, but was not born into it. Romantic legends often gather where social rules are broken. They transform quiet realities into dramatic endings. They give stories to emotions that history cannot record. And in Philippine's case, the legend did what politics once tried to undo. It made her unforgettable. Even today, Schloss Ambras still stands above Innsbruck. Its gardens are open, its chambers preserved. And among its rooms, Philippine's bath remains. A silent space, once built for comfort, later filled with rumor, now held between love, memory, and imagination. Some stories survive because they are frightening, others because they are strange, and some because they offer something rare. A reminder that even in a world of bloodlines and crowns, love is sometimes still found a way in. Philippine Welser was never meant to be a duchess, and yet she became one. Not through war, not through lineage, but through devotion. And a life lived quietly inside history's walls.